So there are 3 basics on how to do a wheelie. I'm Drea with Get Vertical, and in this video, I'm going to break them down so they're easy to understand and you can feel confident when you go out and practice. So everything I'm going to explain to you can be applied to any bike that you decide you want to learn on. The 3 basics are clutch, gas, and brake. Now I know that seems like a lot of things to think about when you're out there learning and practicing, but I promise understanding is the first step to progression. So initially when you're first clutching up, you'll be using your clutch and gas simultaneously. The idea is to release your clutch and give it a small blip of gas at the same time. A term that I want to introduce you to is called the friction zone. The friction zone is basically the point where you release your clutch and your bike actually engages and starts moving forward. I want you to get familiar with your own friction zone. The reason why it's important to know where your friction zone is because this is actually the point that you're going to start giving it gas so that you can lift your tire off the ground. If you give it gas before your friction zone, your tire will spin out and you won't receive that clutch up that you're looking for. So a tip that really helps me, and I do it every single time I wheelie, is I pull my clutch all the way to the bar. I get into the position that I want to wheelie in, or just get ready to wheelie, and then I find my friction zone. So I release the clutch to my friction zone, and then I give it a blip of gas and bring my wheelie up. So before I finish, I'd love to know where you're at in your wheelie progression. Like, what are your struggles and what are you working on? Let me know in the comments and I'd love to help you out. Now I'm going to go over how to use your brake in a wheelie. But make sure you stay until the end because I have a secret sauce tip for you that'll make it way easier to get your wheelies higher and way less intimidating. So after you released your clutch and gave it gas, you're going to feel your front end lift up. This is where it's absolutely vital that you cover your rear brake. I actually recommend that you practice clutching up your wheelie and braking it down every single time instead of chasing out your wheelie until it falls. The reason why it's important to practice your rear brake is because I want it to be ingrained into your natural reaction. I want you to think of your rear brake just like your brake in your car. If something were to jump out in front of you, your body just pushes your brake. You don't have to process and think and tell yourself, maybe I should push my brake. Your body pushes your brake for you. That's how your rear brake needs to be on your bike. That's why it's so important for you to practice your rear brake, because when you get scared, I want you to be able to push your brake without even having to think about it. So now for that secret tip that'll help you get your wheelies higher. But first, if you really like this video and it's been helpful so far, please subscribe so you can get more tips and tricks. So before every single wheelie, I like to rev up my motor. And what this does is it brings my RPMs up higher so that when I release my clutch, I don't have to give it as much gas. The reason why I'm sharing this tip with you is because when you're learning, usually the scariest part is giving it throttle. So if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy this one. So click on the screen right now and get vertical.